Lucasfilm cannot keep a director happy.
They can't.
Oh, for the love of God. Jennifer Aniston has an easier time holding on to men than fucking...
It's illegal there for them to keep
this
a
is
director.
insane. Let's go back down the list since Disney acquired Lucasfilm and what's been going on. All right, Rogue One.
Yep.
Changed directors. Had a director they like, then they didn't like him. Changed directors, things didn't go so well. Colin Trevorrow with Episode 9. Colin Trevorrow would have been a great director for Episode 9.
Yeah.
Would have been great. You know what happened? Gone.
Oh, what?
Gone.
Gone.
No Colin Trevorrow. We're stuck with J.J. Abrams again to try to finish off this piece of shit trilogy. Solo, a Star Wars story.
A mess.
How many directors were involved in that thing? What a disaster. A disaster. The movie lost money. Lost money. A fucking Star Wars movie starring Han Solo, technically, right? Lost money. That's insane. And now again?
It's unthinkable.
Again!
Unthinkable.
Again! How many times? My Lord! I can't believe... This has got to be a record. Seriously, I'm not even kidding. Have you ever heard of a movie studio changing directors, changing anyone, or directors, writers, anything, this often?
It's got to be unprecedented.
Seriously. I'm not even making a joke. It's crazy.
No, it's crazy.
Jesus Christ. And here's my favorite thing. They always cite, it's always one of two things, okay? It's either creative differences, or in this case, because at least the creative differences, you can kind of believe that as the project gets further along, maybe they're not really seeing eye to eye anymore. But I love when they say there's scheduling conflicts. Scheduling conflicts. Like they didn't know their schedule when they signed up for 3 multi-million-dollar movies. Yeah. Like for 3 movies that potentially could earn $1 billion or so each, right?
Their spin is always almost as entertaining as what the movie should have been.
Oh, it's hilarious. Yeah, the spin is actually more entertaining. Jesus Christ. Can you imagine? Scheduling conflicts. I never get over that. I never, like they didn't, like these are grown men.
Right.
And they can't figure out how to use a fucking calendar.
Yeah.
You know, like they signed up for Star Wars, for 3 Star Wars movies, like 6-7 years of worth of work. And they didn't stop to check their schedule. Oh, no, I forgot. I got a lunch date at Big Boy that I'm not going to be able to be at Star Wars. Come on, man.
They forget to pencil it in.
Oh, my God. I mean, it doesn't make any sense because obviously when you take on a Star Wars trilogy, you clearly have time when you take it on or you wouldn't have taken it on in the first place. And then clearly, once you are doing the trilogy, once you've agreed to it, and the ink is dried and all that shit, now you don't take on new things, right? You don't. It's not like, oh, hey, can you come do this other fucking movie?
They get penciled in later.
Of course. It's insane when they say it's scheduling conflicts. I'll tell you, I got a theory. I'm going to tell you what I think really is going on.
Tell me.
Not just with this case, but here's how I think Lucasfilm in general handles new directors. Okay,
this is gonna be good.
Yeah, probably not, but here's what I think. All right, so Kathleen and her people, they probably they approach a director, and Kathleen is really sweet, right? She's really nice at first, and she's like, I love your work, and I think that we could really do well together having you direct a Star Wars movie. And said director is probably normally like, well, Star Wars, that's a big franchise, maybe that sounds pretty cool. It's kind of a challenge, but let me see if we're on the same page, all right? And then Kathleen says, oh, come to dinner tonight, please. Come on over for dinner. By the way, here's a rose. And he's like, a rose? What the fuck? Okay. And then he comes over for dinner, and it's Kathleen and some Lucasfilm people. And everything's going nicely, and then she's, oh, look.
They're in the butter them up phase.
Oh, buttering like you wouldn't fucking believe. And then, like, dinner's really nice, and Kathleen's like, maybe in the background, she's got the director's other films on. You know what I mean? Something like that. Yeah. And then she goes and she says, I'm going to go get you a dessert. And she makes this really fucking wicked, like, hot fudge sundae, and she comes out with it. And the director's like, oh, this is really great. I can really get used to these Lucasfilm people, right? And things are just awesome.
Life is good.
Life's really good for those few minutes. And Kathleen and the Lucasfilm people, everyone's just like smiling like in those Psycho movies, like grinning ear to ear, like something's truly fucking demented behind there. But the director, he's feeling good about it, right? He's got his dessert. He's got everything going well.
Yeah, he's happy.
She's liquoring it up. She's bringing him alcohol. Everything's nice, right?
Yeah.
And she's telling him how great he is. And then she says, could we just make it official? Could you just sign here? And I imagine the directors of the past have said, all right, well, you know what? You seem like lovely people. You're a wonderful woman, Kathleen. I'm interested. I want to go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to sign right here. There. Done.
Was it the feminine wiles?
And right then, when the contract is signed, and the director has fully agreed, you know what happens then?
What happens?
Kathleen slowly creeps over the table. She moves her little head closer to him, and she just goes, "Now I got you, you son of a bitch!" Ah! And she goes nuts, and she goes flying over the table, and he's like, "Oh my God, Kathleen, no!" And the Lucasfilm people grab the director by the arms. They grab him by the arms, and they throw him down on the floor, and he's screaming.
Oh my
and Kathleen
God.
rips down her fucking pants right
Oh
there.
my God.
And her gray pubes are everywhere, and it's totally exposed. And she pulls out this huge dildo. Way too big for anything. And she tries to force his pants down, and she's trying to cram it in his hand. The guy's like, no more Lucasfilm. And the Lucasfilm people can't even stop, and they're just, she's forcing it into him, and he's under the table, and the guys are holding him down by this jacket.
Oh my God.
And then, anyway, you can use your imagination, but the next day, well, by the next day, the director doesn't want to do it anymore. You know what I mean? He's felt that maybe it's not the good fit. He thought it was. But he can't come public. You can't go out and you can't tell people this is what happened. You come up with
creative differences
or scheduling conflicts in the case of D&D from Game of Thrones. So I don't know for sure that this is how it goes down. But I would imagine, I think you can read between the lines.
This may not be accurate.
Yeah, it might not be completely, but you can imagine that this is probably pretty close to what's actually going on. And it's fucking unbelievable to me that in 5 movies, Disney Star, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movies. You've got a situation where you've changed directors on 4 of them. Isn't that ridiculous? The only time that they kept the director they intended was on episode 7, was when it was right out of the gate.
Yeah.
After that, they have yet to just choose a director and have things work out.
Yeah.
And no, I'm sorry.
I think it's an official policy at this point.
It's not 5 movies. I'm sorry. I'm talking about the 5 that there have been.
Right.
And now the 3 movies coming up, right? Oh, and I'm sorry. Last Jedi, I'm wrong, because Last Jedi, they also did not change directors. But in my defense, look at how Last Jedi turned out. Because they should have changed directors. The one time they really should have changed directors, and that would have been a brilliant move, they failed to. Oh my God, what a mess. What a mess. It's unbelievable to me. So here's what the press release should say from Lucasfilm, okay? You ready? Here's what they need to put out.
I can't wait to hear this.
Because they haven't done a press release. Here's what they should say. Like, dear public, we're morons. Nothing we do will keep a director's interest. It's not them. It's us. It's clearly us at this point, right? Our batting average is very poor.
Yeah.
And we'd like to apologize to all of you. Not just for the shitty films and the lack of continuity.
Which they should apologize for.
Yeah, they should certainly. That's another press release, frankly. But for mistreating all of the talented directors that have come our way. That's what they should say.
Yeah.
That should be the press release. So.
You should advise them on this.
Oh, you think they're going to listen to the troll?
They should.
Nah, I don't think they will. Anyway, listen, everybody. Let me know in the comments. It's what every YouTube video in the history of the world says. Let me know in the comments. I want to know what you think.
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna steal it.
I
do, actually. So I want to know what you think. Let me know down in the comments. What is wrong with Lucasfilm? Why can't they keep any directors interested? Or conversely, somebody solved this incredible mystery. It's so funny. Get rid of Kathleen Kennedy, and all these woes over the different directors will just vanish. You know what I mean?
It's worth an experiment.
It's completely worth an experiment. What a psycho bitch. Anyway, everybody, that's it. We'll see you next time.